Here are the teams. Motherwell, just one change from the side which lost a third consecutive match. That was at home to Hibs last weekend. 18-year-old defender Paul Quinn comes in place of Jason Dare. Stephen Craig and David Partridge still missing, still out injured, and it could be the last game at Fir Park for the two Stephens down the left side from Motherwell, Pearson and Hamill. Great speculation about both leaving during the transfer window. Here's how they line up.
It's 4-4-2, I'm sure, for Terry Butcher to start with, and young Paul Quinn playing right back today. He certainly will be tested with the quality the Celtic have, but the central midfield area could be vital. Adams and Leach could well be up against three Celtic players in there, so it'll be vital that Lasley and Pearson tuck in to help them.
Rumours of a Celtic injury crisis have been greatly exaggerated. The big three are in: Henrik Larsson, Chris Sutton and John Hartson. They've all shaken off injuries. They're all fit for Fir Park. Four changes from Thursday night when Celtic lost to Hibs. John Kennedy, Stephen Craney, Paul Lambert and Ross Wallace all out. In come Johan Mjalby, Stilian Petrov, Neil Lennon and John Hartson.
It's a very strong Celtic team when you look at the lineup. The one problem Martin O'Neill has is the right wing back area. He's not too sure who can play there in the absence of Didier Agat. Stilian Petrov, he gets the nod today, but when you look at the rest of the team, attack wise, they're so strong. It's the strongest striking area. Larsson and Harrison and Chris Sutton, I'm sure, will get up there to help as well. And also a big factor today could be set pieces. Celtic are so big, so dangerous, so much threat.
Teams in the tunnel. Johan Mjalby with the captain's armband on, and tucked in behind him, Rob Douglas, making headline news in the Sunday papers. The story goes he's spoken to his agent Rob and told Blair Morgan to get in touch with clubs in England and tell them he's available. He's played, well, now 3 in a row for Celtic after a long spell out of the side, but Bertie Vogts has made it clear to Rob Douglas he needs to be playing for his club side to maintain his #1 position with the Scotland team. So it's a big priority for Rob Douglas to be playing regular top team football, and it seems as if he might be ready now to move on, to quit Celtic and head elsewhere in search of regular first-team football. Of course, there's been the juggling between the two keepers from Martin O'Neill this season, Magnus Hedman versus Rob Douglas, and it's only recently that it's become clear that O'Neill had come down in favour of the Swedish international goalkeeper. No Premier team has done better against the Old Firm in the past 10 years than Motherwell. They can boast 15 wins against Celtic and Rangers in that time. They beat them both here last season, and already this season Rangers have come a cropper at Fir Park, 1-1 in October. It's not quite peace and goodwill from the Old Firm to the rest in the top 12, but fans of a competitive top tier in the Scottish game have been given a fair bit of encouragement in the past week. Celtic struggled to beat Dundee, Rangers lost at Dunfermline, Hibs beat Celtic in the CIS Cup on Thursday, and yesterday Rangers had to go some to beat Hearts at Ibrox. 4 shopping days till Christmas, but a much more significant statistic for Celtic fans is 191 days left on Henrik Larsson's contract. It's enough to reduce grown men to tears. Just the 18 goals for him so far this season, 219 in total for the club. He has been phenomenal. And this young man has it all in front of him, and in front of him might just be a move to Celtic Park. Stephen Pearson is another making headlines recently. His form is shaded as the speculation has grown. He will be quitting Fir Park. Terry Butcher will be sorry to see him go, but the manager will hope he gets some money in the bank for the departure of Pearson, in the wake of the departure also, of course, of James McFadden. Can Terry Butcher keep pulling top youngsters off the conveyor belt at Fir Park to replace them? John Underhill's the referee, nearly 10 years on the Grade 1 list. Live from BBC Scotland, Motherwell against Celtic. 69 points between them in the Premier League last season. There's 26 of a gap already, but sometimes these things can safely be set aside because Motherwell have a habit of giving us top-class entertainment here when the old firm come calling.
You're right, Rob. I'm sure the Motherwell players have gone out today with lots of confidence. They know they're capable of getting a result against either half of the old firm here at Fir Park. They've proved that already, and I'm sure they'll want to do it again today.
Scott Leach. Varga's header. Hustling tactics from Motherwell in midfield early on. Motherwell have a free kick for the challenge on Alec Burns. Getting his chance up front with Stephen Craig injured. Scored 17 times for Partick Thistle last season. Hamill's delivery, easy for Varga. Hartson flicks it on for Thompson. And back again. Good linking play from Chris Sutton. Hartson threads it through. Motherwell pass it out of defence, very calm, very controlled, very confident. Until that from Stephen Hamill. Henrik Larsson, Chris Sutton, John Hartson.
He was unlucky there, John Hartson. Sorry, Rob, he was unlucky. Hartson tried to play a little 1-2 with Chris Sutton just in the edge of the box.
Just the 5 goals for John Hartson so far this season. By his standards, that's a disappointment. But he has had injuries to contend with. So much room for Alan Thompson. Could have been costly for Motherwell. That flew off Craigan into the arms of Gordon Marshall. That's an early escape for Motherwell.
It's a great save from Gordon Marshall. Certainly not expecting that one from his own defender.
Down the line from Thompson. Great movement from Chris Sutton, not picked up. Took a deflection. John Hartson scores. Less than 3 minutes played. Celtic are in front. And Motherwell gave Martin O'Neill's team far too much room here, and they paid the price.
It's been right from the start of the game. Celtic have totally dominated. Great movement. We see it again here. Chris Sutton does really well to get acres of space. Fires this well across the box. Motherwell are unlucky with the deflection, but John Hartson, he's not complaining. He's in the right place, right time. But look at the space that Sutton has. Time to play the ball across and just have to defend against. That's a fine goal from John Hartson.
Well, Teddy Butcher can't have been charmed with this chick.
Well, I'll tell you, Rob, he was absolutely screaming at his defence before that. They were sitting in too deep. He was shouting at them to come forward, come out. Too deep they were. And as you said, they paid the price.
Dunfermline won up against Hibs in the other Sunday match in the Premier League. Craig Brewster, man of the match last weekend, has scored after 38 seconds this weekend. Hibs 0, Dunfermline 1, and Motherwell 0. Much to Teddy Butcher's disappointment, Celtic 1. You have to admire the Celtic pressure, but what Teddy didn't admire was the way his team defended, or didn't, at that goal.
Right from the start of the game, Motherwell have given Celtic so much space and time on the ball in the midfield area, allowing them to play passes to the front guys. So one for Bobo Balde.
You sometimes get the impression you'd have to rip his leg off to stop him playing. And you don't want to make him angry this early.
I certainly wouldn't argue with him.
Varga's free kick, Hartson the target, and Chris Sutton was almost in. At the moment, Motherwell just want to stay in touch.
It's a good move again from Celtic. They're so big in there, so aggressive. Hartson, he's always going to win this one. And Martin Corrigan does really well just to nudge Chris Sutton off the ball there.
Keith Lasley. Stephen Pearson sprinting through the middle. Good layoff for David Clarkson. What a good challenge from Bhoy. That's a goal stopper from the Celtic stopper.
It's good play from Motherwell going forward. It's the first time they managed to make 2 or 3 passes. The Clarkson just, Bhoy just gets there in the nick of time, just to take the ball off his feet.
Stephen Hamill's corner kick headed away by Johan Mjällby. Back it comes, and it's Mjällby again, the captain. In from Corrigan, away from Baldy. It's the first spell of pressure from Motherwell. Pearson has it. Scott Leach plays it beyond Alec Burns and guided back to Douglas by Mjällby.
That's good defender from Celtic, especially from that man there, Johan Mjällby, winning every ball there, but no real challenge from the Motherwell strikers.
Well, Motherwell now just really have to compose themselves and get started. That's for Alec Burns. It sits up nicely for him. Whipped across goal. No one there from Motherwell. Mjällby there for Celtic. Alec Burns needed some quicker support through the middle there. Certainly kept his cross away from the goalkeeper.
Well, he certainly did. As you say, there was no support to Alec Burns. A good run. That's Motherwell. Had 2 attempts going forward. They looked dangerous on both occasions.
Alan Thompson. Again, it's Chris Sutton offering him the pass down the line. Pearson gave it away to Hartson. Lennon to Petrov. Both Neil Lennon and Stilian Petrov were rested in midweek. Chris Sutton is proving to be a big problem for Motherwell in the early stages. He's been that for most other teams recently as well. Celtic really are setting about their business here in the opening moments. 7.5 minutes played, and Celtic running the show.
You feel the game's very open as well. Both teams having a go. As soon as Motherwell get possession, they're certainly not frightened. They want to attack Celtic.
They're no respecters of reputation, Motherwell. We've seen that so many times before. Can they blast their way back into this game? Hamill and Pearson combine. Stephen Pearson's cross. Baldy was there first. Flicked infield by Hartson. Found Lasley. That's good closing down work by Burns against Thompson. Alec Burns couldn't stop scoring last season, but struggling to get off the mark at Motherwell.
Well, if you give him an opportunity, he'll certainly stick it away. The one thing about him over the years is he's always managed to get goals everywhere he's played.
18-year-old Paul Quinn on the ball. Now Stephen Craigan. Burns flicks it infield looking for Clarkson. Baldy to Hartson. Good cut out from Craigan. Good use of the ball from Lasley. Stephen Hamill probing at the Celtic defence. Mjällby stumbled.
Free kick.
Free kick given against Alec Burns.
Yeah. I'm not too sure if this is a free kick. John Underhill certainly gives the award right away. I thought it was just a challenge between the two players. Mjällby, if anything, going backwards, maybe lost his foot a little bit.
He'd have done well to foul him there, Alec Burns, considering he was looking in the opposite direction.
Yeah, certainly wasn't deliberate. But that's the type of pass Motherwell have to play. They have to play into Clarkson and Burns' feet or over the top to turn the big Celtic defenders.
Miscue by Scott Leach. Fortunate it went to Stephen Hamill. Now back with Gordon Marshall. 40 in April. Whisper it in his presence.
Just a boy.
And into Petrov, operating on the right side of the midfield. Right wing back, if you prefer. What does Martin O'Neill, Chick, think of it so far?
Yeah, he's been pretty relaxed and calm. Not a phrase I use very often with Martin O'Neill.
John Hartson doing the hold-up work. And corner kick off Martin Corrigan.
That was good run from Celtic, just a long ball back to front. And John Hartson again allowed to collect the ball, no real pressure on him. And he's won that corner kick very easily.
Stan Varga has gone forward for this. Balde and Mjällby stay back. In from Alan Thompson. And unchallenged was Gordon Marshall. And a quick throw out to Alec Burns.
Surprised there at Bobo Balde not going up for the set piece. Don't see that too often.
Clearing passes out of defence, Motherwell. Given away by Derek Adams. Flicked on from Hartson to Miller. Tucking into intercept there was Stephen Hamill. Stephen Pearson won't catch that. Hartson, Petrov, Larsson, Stan Varga at outside right. There's John Hartson with another chance. There was enough of a challenge from Paul Quinn to ensure this wasn't a scorer.
It's a chance for John Hartson though. Varga realises he's so strong in the air, Hartson. He's always going to win that one, but it's a decent challenge from young Quinn.
Yeah, vital that you get something in the way of a challenge against John Hartson, because if he gets a free header, you're going to guarantee that the net's going to be bulging. And the 18-year-old did well there. Thompson fires it down towards Miller. Away by Adams. And that's Derek Adams again. Neil Lennon holds off the challenge of Clarkson. Varga, Lennon. Has Tilly Butcher recovered yet, Chick, from that opening goal?
He's still got the same problem, but he's screaming at his defence. I think they're sitting in far too deep, just screaming at them to get out quicker and out further.
Corrigan stays calm in central defence, then fires the ball straight at Miller. It's Chris Sutton! It's the side nets. Well, Motherwell might have lost this match already.
You're right, it's too many mistakes at the back end. That's a poor ball from Corrigan. And I thought this was going to be number 2. Sutton does so well, gets himself a yard of space. It's on his left foot, but you still expect somebody of his quality to make sure the goalkeeper has to save it. Got to hit the target.
I just worried when you were talking up Martin Corrigan at the start of the programme. I realised he might have a tough one on his hands here, but he has been very impressive, very consistent for Motherwell, and that sort of unforced error is most unlike him.
Well, Celtic are also working very hard to close Motherwell down. Very determined looking today and started the game well, Celtic, but Motherwell, I'm sure Terry Butcher's biggest problem is they're making too many mistakes, giving the ball away too easily.
Long ball from Hamill.
Just like that one there.
Yep, no problem for Balde. Scott Leach didn't get it controlled with his first touch, and there was well, just a hint of a handbags tussle there, and a dangerous back pass from Mjällby to Douglas, which almost played Celtic into trouble.
Yeah, well, just a little bit slack there from Johan Mjällby, but that was slightly naughty there between Sutton and Leach.
Quinn's cross, no test of Douglas. The man of the match telephone number 09011 110861. Signed man of the match top, Bank of Scotland Family Match Day, and the Pro Evolution Soccer 3 PlayStation game are the prizes. No prizes for guessing that was a free kick.
Yep. Stephen Craig and John Hartson.
Neil Lennon with a lot of early influence in the midfield area. Paul Quinn is making only his 7th appearance in the Motherwell top team. 18. And having to learn quick. It doesn't, of course, make him the youngest in the team, with David Clarkson being another 18-year-old with a considerably more experience. Flicked back by Larsson, intercepted by Adams, and with Lasley. Nelby, Miller, on to Thompson. Free kick.
Yes, a late challenge. Derek Adams on Alan Thompson. He's certainly back in his feet very quickly. You'll see it here. I think it's accidental. Just the momentum of Thompson taking him into Derek Adams, but John Underhill disagreeing.
I got the feeling he intended to dip out of that one if he wanted to. Thompson's free kick, beyond Baldy. And Stephen Craigan could afford to let that go. Motherwell, of course, when you think about confidence, they haven't won in their last 5, and they hadn't lost in the previous 5. They've gone through a good phase, got them up to 4th in the table, but just recently they've lost 3 on the trot, and as I say, they haven't won in 5. So maybe not quite the spring in their step that there was a month or so ago. And maybe you see that at times.
Well, the way they're playing today, you mentioned David Clarkson earlier. We haven't seen much of young Clarkson at all, simply because he's in no service whatsoever. It's high balls up to the strikers, and that's so easy for the big Celtic defenders to mop up. They said before, they've got to play into feet and try and get the ball down the channels in behind the back three of the Celtic.
That's a Motherwell free kick, given against Petrov. Well, you could have given that one either way, I think.
Yep.
Because Stephen Hamill was really caught in the ball here.
Well, again, it's good pressure from the Celtic front players, midfield players. They're both at it there. There's not too much in that at all. Petrov's unlucky.
Terry Butcher for a while was able to pick the same team every week. I think it was 10 games in a row he had the same side. It included David Partridge in central defence, and it included Stephen Craig up front. It was a settled side. It was a team that was playing a lot of good football, but it's had to be changed because of injury. David Clarkson failing to link up with Alec Burns. That maybe tells something of the story. Keith Lasley. Motherwell looking for lift-off here. Scott Leach, Derek Adams. Adams caught by Thompson. Wouldn't be retribution, would it? Surely not. Well, it's fired into the crowd. Almost hit Santa. You don't want to do that at this stage of the year. I think he's shouting some very un-Santa-like things.
What's my glasses?
It definitely wasn't a ho-ho-ho there. Safety first from Stephen Craigan in his second spell at Motherwell, having been at Partick Thistle in between times. Petrov's throw, and Chris Sutton makes sure he wins the corner. 19 minutes gone, and Martin O'Neill's team already 1 goal to the good. John Hartson struck inside 3 minutes, and O'Neill shouting to Liam Miller to get in at the back post here for the corner. In from Thompson. Gordon Marshall came for it. He was under real pressure from Stan Varga. And a fair bit of indecision as Motherwell got that clear. Yalby, Sutton. Burns to Adams. After you, Claude. Finally, Scott Leach got it away. That's off Petrov and out, but there's little fluency about Motherwell so far.
No, they can't keep the ball. Stephen Pearce, another young player in their team. No influence whatsoever in the game so far either. I'm sure if Motherwell can settle down and we'll start to pass the ball a little bit better. It's a late challenge.
Alec Burns on Neil Lennon. No yellow card. but a warning about this.
Well, the ball's high in the air, and I think Alec Burns is trying to win the ball, but Neil Lennon's back on his feet. He's not complaining too much, so obviously not too desperate.
Great control right on the touchline from Alan Thompson. Looking for the 1-2 with Chris Sutton, doesn't come off. Marshall quickly out to Lasley. I suppose the thing about Motherwell is that teams come here now pretty well warned. It's happened so often here in terms of shocks that Celtic seem to have come here against Teddy Butcher's team with the right attitude.
Motherwell always work so hard, they close the game down and press teams and don't allow them to play. But actually, you give Martin O'Neill credit today, he's actually made those tactics work for Celtic. Celtic are the team who are working harder, they're closing Motherwell down, and I'm sure that man there, Martin O'Neill, at the start of the game was saying to his players, let's make sure we win this one. No slip-ups, and the way they're going about the game, look as if they're going to do that. Long way to go though.
Celtic with 15 consecutive league wins since drawing at Dunfermline on the opening day. That is a phenomenal record in domestic football, and of course Thursday night was their first domestic defeat. Paul Quinn to Derek Adams. In goes Alan Thompson, then Chris Sutton, demonstrating exactly what we're talking about. It's Celtic getting to the ball, closing it down, pressing, pressurising, and forcing mistakes out of Motherwell. Corrigan gets it back from Hamill. Rob Douglas still to make a save. Alec Burns, Stephen Pearson on the byline. It was over the top of the goalkeeper, and Johan Mjalby had to help him out.
Good defending from Mjalby here, but Motherwell again, as soon as they get the ball on the ground, getting behind them, Pearson getting there again to the dead ball line, and that's a good ball in. Derek Adams just can't get there quick enough.
Adams sees Hamill, took a deflection. John Hartson wanted too much time on the ball. David Clarkson robbed him of possession.
He's got a free kick.
Well, this is not what Martin O'Neill enjoys at all. John Hartson dwelling on the ball in a dangerous situation.
Give credit to David Clarkson, chased the loose ball.
Set piece chance for Motherwell. Off the post. It was Derek Adams who almost squared the game. Lasley's cross, Balde's headed away. The whistle is gone for a free kick. Rob Douglas was rooted to the spot here as this rattled back off the upright.
There's no way the goalkeeper's going to get that one, and Derek Adams is so unlucky. He's got curling the ball, curling in right-footed, left-hand side towards the back post. And if that, normally you would expect that to hit the round post and end up in the back of the net.
Goalkeeper to blame?
And there's a lot of pace on the ball, Rob. It's a good free kick.
From Leach to Marshall, two of the elder statesmen in this very young Motherwell side. Varga, excellent pass to Sutton. Hartson, Thompson, Larson. Cragen gets it to safety. Adams to Pearson. Lost it, then won it back, Pearson. Great running. And terrific covering as well from Liam Miller.
That's good play from Liam Miller.
Until they give it to Hamill. No one attacking the ball from Motherwell. And it's an easy header away for Sutton. Burns. Pearson. Better spell this for Motherwell. Scott Leach. Foul. Booking as well for Bobo Balde. He was late on the Motherwell skipper. And the home team have a free kick just a few yards outside the box.
I don't think Bobo Balde can complain about this one. Scott Leach gets to the ball first. You can see that's a late, dangerous two-footed tackle. No damage done to Scott Leach, thankfully. Seen it coming. It's certainly a free kick.
It was a rash challenge from Baldy.
He's never going to get the ball, just mistimed. When that happens, it looks bad.
So Motherwell will want to make something of this. Adams and Burns and Hamill there. Derek Adams is not far away. He's already struck the post, and this one wasn't too far off target either.
He's unlucky again, Derek Adams. Does everything right. Burns moves at the last minute, tries to curl it again, right-footed. Rob Douglas, there's no way he's getting that. It's just off target. It's a much better spell from Motherwell.
Well, interesting to have another look at the John Hartson incident of a couple of minutes ago when he was ferrying the ball to safety. He took too long. David Clarkson nipped in front of him, and well, if that was a trip, which it didn't look as if there was an awful lot of contact, but if it was a trip, it was inside the box.
Well, the offence certainly was taking place inside the box. Clarkson eventually falls outside, but the referee's got to give it where contact's taking place, and that's the case.
I wasn't convinced, Sandy, there was contact there, to be honest. There didn't look an awful lot, but he definitely had to make contact inside the area.
Young David Clarkson, he's not going to go down there. There's no need to go down. It's just the slightest of nudges, but it did take place inside the box, but a hard one for the referee to call.
And it was all down to John Hartson switching off.
Yep.
Well, that's a lucky escape then for Celtic when you review that incident. Alan Thompson didn't escape. He's on the track.
I think that's going to be a yellow card for Keith Lasley. I agree with Lasley. I think that's very unfortunate. Alan Thompson's momentum again takes him onto the track. Not a lot of contact, certainly a free kick, but I don't think it warranted a yellow.
.27 minutes gone. Motherwell nil, Celtic 1. Give me time, I'll get it right eventually. News from the Celtic bench with Chick.
It's John Robertson rather than Martin O'Neill's been out in the last few moments, just trying to get the Celtic players wound up a little bit, having to go to his midfield, tell them to get back in the game. John Robertson being the more active of the two in the bench.
That's saying something. Thompson's free kick into John Hartson, free kick given against him. I don't think he's a big fan of that decision.
I didn't see anything there, I've got to say, but John Underhill was only 5-6 yards away.
Quinn, long ball, and Johan Mjällby knocks it out of play. Good ball from Quinn into a decent area. Clarkson collected, now Lasley. Alec Burns. The Adams shot blocked.
Penalty.
It's a penalty! Mjällby on Clarkson, and John Underhill was immediately pointing to the spot.
No hesitation at all from the referee. As soon as contact was made, and he was the first person I looked at, but you'll see here, Clarkson and Mjällby both going for the ball, and I don't think that's a penalty kick.
No.
I think Johan Mjällby gets full contact with the ball, the players colliding afterwards. Mjällby's very unfortunate.
John Underhill won't be happy to hear this, but he got that wrong. He may have got the earlier one wrong as well. When John Hartson wasn't penalised, Johan Mjällby is, and Motherwell have the chance to make it 1-1. Martin O'Neill is having discussions with the fourth official. It's Derek Adams. It's a wonder save from Rob Douglas. That's a sensational stop, which denies Terry Butcher's team an equaliser.
It's an unbelievable save from Rob Douglas. Derek Adams hits this so well. It's straight down the middle. Douglas has gone to his right hand side, but his left hand, he gets a full hand to the ball, a strong hand to it, and he's quick enough in his reaction to make sure Adams does get the rebound. You've got to put that down as a great save.
Well, he may be linked with a transfer away from the Celtic at the moment, but Rob Douglas has done his current team a huge favour there with a magnificent one-handed stop to deny Derek Adams. It remains at 1-0. And in the first half hour, I think we had plenty to talk about.
It's been a great 30 minutes. Celtic started the game so well, deserved to be in front, looked as if they're going to add to it. But Motherwell have certainly come back into the match. Should have got the equaliser from the penalty spot. Maybe a little bit fortunate to get the penalty kick. But what a great save from Rob Douglas.
Launched downfield by Marshall and out by Mjällby. Well, Martin O'Neill was absolutely raging when that penalty kick was given against Johan Mjällby. I think Chick might have to apply the ice pack.
Yeah, Kevin Toner had a word with him. I mean, they obviously clearly agreed with you and Sandy that it wasn't a penalty kick, but in a word with the fourth official, I think the linesman was getting a little bit of earache as well, but he's calmed down, and it was the first step toward a quite marvellous save by Rob Douglas.
Yeah, it was something special, wasn't it, from the Celtic goalkeeper, who's been much criticised, and whose future, obviously, at the moment is in great doubt. Big chance gone for Motherwell then. They try again. Leach to Burns, plays the early ball in, and Baldy had to play it because David Clarkson had nipped in behind him.
Bobo Baldy does the right thing, no question about it. It's a dangerous ball in. He's not too sure where Clarkson is. Rob Douglas has given him a shout, but Clarkson may have got there first. If in doubt, put it out.
Derek Adams with the corner. John Hartson's header. Adams tries again. Delicately lofted in. Cleared by Lennon only as far as Leach. But Sutton charged down the shot. Back in from Cragen. Well, offside against Larsson, and it was just hoisted downfield by Liam Miller, and that told the story of the last few minutes, because this time it's Celtic under pressure.
Well, that's what we expect from Motherwell. I'm thinking back, Rob, to the Motherwell Rangers game we've seen here a few weeks back, 1-each. Motherwell didn't start that game too well that day. Rangers went in front, but Motherwell showed great spirit to fight back and could actually have won the game eventually. And this game is taking the same route today.
Whatever they lack, Motherwell, it's certainly not spirit and fight and endeavour. The manager ensures that. Clarkson stumbled, and that allowed Neil Lennon to nip the ball away from him. Petrov. The goal scorer, Hartson. It's hard to believe there's still only one goal.
It's been a good football match, both teams having a goal.
Hartson's header. Henrik Larsson moving in. And it's going to be a yellow card for Henrik Larsson. John Underhill says Larsson dived, looking for a penalty.
It's a strange time to get the Rob, because the ball didn't get out of play. I don't know if he's actually given a free kick now against Henrik Larsson. But Craig and Larsson, I don't think he dives it, but I don't think it's a free kick either. It's two players again trying to win the ball, stretching for it. Yeah. Craig certainly wasn't a penalty kick.
Because he got the ball.
Yep.
But it also wasn't a dive because there was contact.
I don't think there's any need to give anything there, just let the game flow.
Header from Petrov, gets it back from Larsson. Now Thompson. Hartson looking for a free kick, not getting it from John Underhill.
I think that's a free kick in Celtic's favour. Stevie Cragen right into the back of John Hartson there.
Quinn, Baldy, Lennon collecting in front of the back three. Varga. Bucky comes from Corrigan, but an offside flag, and John Hartson still can't quite believe that he wasn't given a free kick outside the area for the challenge of Cragen.
You see John Hartson just stands his ground there. There's no way he's doing anything whatsoever, and Cragen's right into his back, trying to win the ball. But if you can't win the ball, you've got to be patient, you've got to stand off. Cragen was a lucky man.
It's John Hartson's goal which makes the difference here so far. Inside 3 minutes, Celtic were ahead, and inside 38 seconds at Easter Road, Dunfermline were ahead. That's 1-0 as well at Easter Road. Craig Brewster with the early strike there. And Rob Douglas with a spectacular penalty save here to keep Celtic in front, to deny Derek Adams. He was a key player, of course, beforehand. I'm sure Gordon Smith will be reminding us about that during the half-time interval. Good nutmeg from Paul Quinn. He'll lock that one away. Cregan to Hamill. Now with the teenager Quinn again. Given away. Melby to Thompson. Sutton. Looking a lot more together now, Motherwell, a lot more better organised. And then Stephen Pearson gave it away.
I was just going to say, they'll stop giving the ball away and Stephen Pearson does just that.
Larson the target. Squared it for Hartson. Calm defending from Stephen Cregan. And looking to make the play now, Derek Adams up to Alec Burns. Martin Corrigan. Inside Mjallby, but it's racing away from Keith Lasley.
Just offside there as well, Keith Lasley.
And we're with Motherwell next weekend as well. Next Saturday it is, a 12:30 kick-off. We're on air from 12:10 at Tynecastle. Craig Levine's Hearts, who did so well at Ibrox yesterday against Terry Butcher's Motherwell, who are desperately trying to get this game back to Old Square. Hartson's header finds Sutton. Again, it's good defending from Cregan. Craig Brewster scored again. About to get an extension to his contract. At least he's been offered an extension, I'm led to believe, at East End Park. 2 for Brewster, 2 for Dunfermline. Good defending again from Cregan. Judged to cross well.
Unnecessary mistake there from Stephen Hamill.
Breakdown in communication between Pearson and Hamill, and they usually combine so well. Good play from Stephen Hamill, just waited his moment. Then found Pearson. Sliding in was Varga. Adams had more time than he used. Thompson to Larson. Stopped by Quinn. Good interception by Scott Leach. Alec Burns. Cregan to Hamill.
Motherwell are passing the ball much better now, much more confidence about the way they're playing.
Clarkson into the danger area and into the side net. Worked the opening for himself, and Terry Butcher turns away as the shot fails to hit the target.
It's a great chance. You could also square this one to Alec Burns. Watch Burns just come in to support him there. Delighted to have the shot. Doesn't get it on target. That'll be the biggest criticism. But it's great play to start with from the youngster. Created opportunity for himself.
As you say, Sandy, if he'd squared that, Alec Burns had a little bit of room and the chance to score with an easier opportunity. This time it's too long, the long ball from Hamill. Alec Burns turns round, screaming at the left back. In the 40th minute at Fir Park, Motherwell 0, Celtic 1. Celtic looking to reopen the 8-point gap at the top. But Celtic, we hear, are going to make a change.
Yeah, I think it's Henrik Larsson. Jimmy Smith's going to be coming on. I think they've got a problem with Henrik Larsson. You remember, he had an injury this week. It was a side injury. I think he's toiling, and it's going to be Smith for Larsson.
So he's not coming off Chip because he's in the half-foot being booked for diving, no?
Well, apparently not. I would try and speak to Henrik, but give me grab, never got to this stage. No, he's had that side injury and a little problem during the week, and there was a doubt over him for this game. He's obviously not managed to survive even the first half.
I think you'll find Petrov will play central midfield now, Sutton up front and Smith right wing back.
Stephen Hamill's free kick, skimmed off the head of Bobo Baldi. Clarkson to Pearson. Well, David Clarkson lost his footing. He's tapped a few times for him in this first half. It's given away to Cragen. I think we should, though, give the Fir Park ground staff some credit. They were up late last night, keeping an eye on the pitch as it snowed in Lanarkshire. And they were up early this morning as well. Corner for Motherwell.
I think Varga was looking for a free kick there. Challenge from Derek Adams. A good spell from Motherwell.
Adams takes it short to Burns. Good run from Keith Lasley. And a missed kick as he tried to fire it across goal.
Couldn't quite get there, Keith Lasley. It's not the worst idea from Motherwell though. Short corner kick. The high ball into the penalty box is so hard for them when you look at the size of the Celtic defenders. Tried the variation there and Lasley just a little bit unfortunate at the end.
They've certainly got it together, but haven't they, Motherwell, having started pretty poorly, really.
We haven't seen much of Gordon Marshall for the past 10 minutes or so, and that's because Motherwell are probably winning the midfield battle, winning the 50-50s and passing the ball better.
Sutton to Thompson. Two players under consideration at the moment by Sven-Göran Eriksson. Such has been their form. Petrov, Lennon, Baldi, Hattari. Good challenge, Cragen and Sutton. Fair enough, says John Underhill, who hasn't got everything right in the first half. There's good composure between the two central defenders, Cragen and Corrigan. Burns loses it to Petrov. Miller for Hartson. And again, it's a good defensive show from Cragen.
It was good play from the centre back there, Stephen Cragen. Miller could have played that one wide to Jamie Smith.
Stephen Hamill's clearance. Yalby. And Lasley. Hamill to Pearson. So quick, Stephen Pearson. Varga stopped him. Good interception by Martin Corrigan. Good running from Clarkson. And wins the throw off Baldi.
That was good defending at both ends of the field. Martin Corrigan first of all, and then Bobo Baldi taking the ball off Clarkson.
Clarkson's layoff. In goes Leach. Alec Burns tried the back heel. Yalby offers him another chance. Clarkson scuffed his shot. And Motherwell are getting their chances and not taking them.
It's good passing the game from Motherwell. Leach involved, Burns involved, Clarkson involved, and Alec Burns just doesn't give this one up. Eventually gets it back to David Clarkson, but it's stuck under his feet. He can't get any purchase at all in the ball.
It was unimpressive defending from Celtic. They had chances to clear and didn't take them. Good pass from Quinn to Lasley in the 45th minute. Clarkson against Baldi. Well, he did so well, Bobo Baldi. Looked as if he was beaten for a moment.
I tell you, most defenders would have been beaten here. David Clarkson's very, very quick, but Bobo Baldi, we spoke about him before the game, about his recovery pace, and that's a perfect example of it.
1 minute to be added, so 90 seconds left till the half-time whistle. Celtic ahead, courtesy of that early strike. That's a foul. Leach on Sutton. Petrov takes it quickly. Liam Miller kept out by Stephen Hamill. Top class defending that. Stephen Hamill continuing his run down the left side, but Clarkson couldn't work it onto him. Now into stoppage time. And Motherwell certainly with something to build on in the second half.
Yeah, they've shown that they're certainly not frightened of Celtic, especially when they pass the ball as well as they have done for the last 15 minutes or so. I think that's the fact that Pearson suddenly became involved and Clarkson having an impact in the game as well.
Celtic opened up well, but well, they're having to chase at the moment. Adams can't keep it. Sutton holds off Leach's challenge. Miller. Cleared by Cragen. Half time at Fir Park. And Celtic have the lead, courtesy of John Hartson's goal inside 3 minutes. Rob Douglas making a sensational save from Derek Adams' penalty to keep the Premier League leaders in front. Let's hear from Maurice Malpass.
Maurice, that was a dramatic first half. You've got to take penalty kicks when you get them, haven't you?
Yeah, it's a good chance for us to get level again after a poor start. First 5 minutes we were poor, but I thought the boys have been good. They've come back in the game. We've had a wee bit of a good spell, and we've dominated for a wee while.
A lot of good spirit about the team.
Yeah, we've always had that chicks, but unfortunately we just can't get a goal.
I'll let you get back into it. Thanks,
Cheers,
Maurice.
thanks.
Because they really did finish the first half on fire, and might well have had the game all square by now. They'll look to pick up where they left off in the later stages of the first half, and there's a man who's grabbed centre stage so far, John Underhill, with one or two debatable decisions, I think is the phrase.
You've been far too kind now.
I think my job in the diplomatic corps is safe. Balde's clearance. Stephen Hamill. Burns against Balde. And now Mjalby. Quinn's cross. A diving header away by Varga. Mjalby under pressure. Gets his pass away to Thompson. Petrov. Nice touch. Then played it out.
I don't think Stelian Petrov had any choice there. No real support in the central area. Had to go back the way, try to play it back to Alan Thompson, but rolled it out the field.
The Bulgarian Player of the Year. He's just about to head across to his home country to receive the prize. I think it's a contractual thing. I think he gets it every year. John Underhill has a problem. No, not that one. Check what's happening.
I was just going to ask you the same question, actually. He's been able to speak to Kevin Toner, and I will find from Kevin Toner what exactly is happening and bring it to you exclusively.
And then I can ask you what's happening and you'll know the answer.
We'll have to rehearse that one.
Maybe he was asking him about one of the penalty decisions in the first half. Hamill to Pearson and went Lennon. Alec Burns. Celtic closing down all over the pitch, putting Derek Adams under pressure. Paul Quinn heads it back cleverly to Gordon Marshall. Check, let's try that one again. What's happening?
This is rather bizarre. Someone in the crowd has got a whistle which is the same pitch as the referees and is blowing it, and it's becoming very confusing. How you sort this out, I don't know.
Don't tell me he gave the penalties in the first half the other way, did he?
Yeah, he's been responsible for a couple of dodgy decisions, apparently, the guy in the stand.
This is a good get-out clause, or Santa Claus.
If somebody's want to take the pee out his whistle, excuse the phrase.
Hamill to Pearson. Played in for Alec Burns. Disappointing effort from Burns after Motherwell worked their way into a very good position.
It was good play from Motherwell down the left-hand side. Pearson and Hamill both involved. I think that ball was actually for Stephen Hamill, not Alec Burns. Burns just can't get enough on it, not enough power to trouble the goalkeeper.
Not really firing on all cylinders, is he, Alec Burns, when we think of the player with Thistle last season?
He's been out injured for a while as well, Rob, and you know, when you change clubs sometimes it takes the time to settle down, to get to know your teammates. But he's got a lot of good qualities.
Jamie Smith. Lennon to Thompson. Alan Thompson again. Played it in without looking. Intended for Sutton, but turned back by Hamill to Marshall. Stephen Hamill, another very impressive performer for Motherwell this season, and the rumour machine says he too could be moving on in the January window. Varga's header flicked on by Smith. Lennon keeps it. And again, here he is, short passes, simple passes, keeps it moving, keeps possession. Foul against the challenge on Jamie Smith.
That's a late tackle from Derek Adams, no question about that one. Jamie Smith does well here, dances between the two Motherwell players, but Adams catches him late.
Bobo Baldi up for the set piece. Varga delivers. Sutton's flick. Leach with the clearance. Back it comes from Mjalby. Good touch from Hartson. Motherwell defending calmly. Burns header. Picks out Lasley. Stephen Craigan to Stephen Hamill. A feast of Stephens, you might say. You might say. A cliche-ometer has just exploded. Chris Sutton coming back from an offside position. Well won, Smith against Pearson. Lennon. Sutton, Petrov, Thompson. Petrov to Thompson again, and finally it was cleared by Craigan. Stephen Pearson couldn't keep possession from Motherwell. Celtic have it back.
Good passing from Celtic, but I'm really surprised either Thompson or Petrov didn't have a shot there. Good opportunities for both.
Liam Miller finding some room. Good running from Miller. Finally kept out by Craigan's interception. Thompson with the outside of the left foot to Varga. Holds off Clarkson. And looked as if he was going to shoot, then tried to set up either Hartson or Sutton. Didn't quite come off.
No, but it's another chance for a shot. Elected to pass at the last minute, trying to find John Hartson, but wasn't the best of passes. But when you're 15 yards from goal, lots of momentum as you drive forward, why not have a goal?
Managed to shake off Clarkson as he headed in on goal there. Varga scored, of course, on Thursday night as Celtic lost at Easter Road. Stephen Hamill racing into some space. Clarkson, Lasley had to stretch, couldn't quite make it. The idea was good from Clarkson.
Motherwell again looking dangerous going forward. That's a good ball from Hamill to Clarkson. Just too much on this one. Lasley stretching, can't quite get there.
7 minutes into the second half, Motherwell 0, Celtic 1. Some supporters were still taking their seats when John Hartson scored the only goal of the game to date. Corrigan, Hamill alongside. Now back with Marshall.
I tell you, that's a dangerous game to play. Too many short passes in the last third. Defending third of the pitch from Motherwell. Got away with it. There'll be a time somebody will make a mistake.
Hamill's pass to Burns. That's poor from Alec Burns. and holds his hand up to acknowledge that fact. Free kick given against Stephen Craigan for the challenge on Chris Sutton.
I think Stephen Craigan's trying to say there he got the ball. Chris Sutton certainly doesn't agree. You can see it there. Craigan catches Sutton. Sutton trying to protect the ball to get there first.
He did get to the ball eventually.
Yep, referee got it right though.
For the set piece, Bobo Balde is at the edge of the Motherwell area, and Stan Varga is arriving there as well, alongside Sutton and Hartson. Thompson plays it in. Hartson's header, good cut out by Corrigan. It was heading for Sutton. Adams' pass to Burns. Mialby got just enough on it.
Good defend from Mialby. I thought Burns was just going to nick that ball round the side of him.
If you've just switched on and you're wondering where Henrik Larsson is, he was taken off in the closing minutes of the first half. An aggravated side injury, which he incurred at Easter Road on Thursday. And Jamie Smith replaced him, and Celtic reshuffled with John Hartson, who'd been playing just off the front. It looked out of play. Liam Miller plays it in. It's Jamie Smith, it's too high. What an opportunity to put Celtic 2 ahead.
It should have been a goal. Liam Miller's unlucky, but Jamie Smith has got tons of time space here. Just catched it a fraction too early, that's why the ball drives high and over.
Well, I have to say, Sandy, I thought this was out.
Well, it hits the corner flag. Yeah, you're right, it was out. The whole ball was over the line. The assistant's a good distance away, he's on the halfway line, but you've got to be able to look along the line.
He's looking down the line. If we can see it from here, surely you would think he could see it from there. And could have been that Motherwell were reflecting on that. 2 down. Out comes Rob Douglas. Let's get the latest tit-tat from the technical area, Chick.
Martin O'Neill having a conversation with Liam Miller. I think he feels he's getting dragged too much in the park. He wants him to wider right, get himself involved in the game there. Terry Butcher's talking about his players having a presence. I suppose that'll be a Christmas present.
They're all at it. Don't laugh, Phil. Do it again.
You two are becoming embarrassing.
Just becoming.
I see you've been busy all week.
Another free kick. Chance for Stephen Hamill to plant this in the area. Maybe not. Martin Corrigan to Paul Quinn. Varga, right back in the 6-yard box. Could Rob Douglas not have come and taken that?
Well, Big Rob put his hand up right away. That should have been the goalkeeper's ball. It's a high ball, it's coming right into his area, into the 6-yard box. The goalkeeper, you would expect him to come and take that. Varga can't take the chance eventually. Gives away the corner.
In from Derek Adams. Good handling from the goalkeeper. Unchallenged, you would have to say, but he did make the wrong decision a couple of moments ago.
He did. But that was the right decision. Nice clean hands that time.
Corrigan fires it downfield. Mialby's header. Lennon to Thompson. Good header onto Petrov. Keeping the ball moving. Good momentum from Celtic. Jamie Smith with a chance to run at Stephen Hamill. Got past Hamill, got past Pearson. Finally stopped by skipper Scott Leach. Pearson to Clarkson, good quick control. Struggling to keep it though. Good pass from Liam Miller to Stilian Petrov. Chris Sutton. In goes Petrov, can't quite make it. It's one of the features of the season that Stilian Petrov, at approaching Christmas, has only got 1 goal.
It's unusual. He's not playing that forward midfield role as often as he normally does, as he certainly did last season. But he's unlucky that time, trying to link with Chris Sutton. There's too much in the pass from Sutton.
Petrov tries again. That was for Hartson, but it was short. Miller picks up the pieces. Liam Miller again. Celtic looking to get him tied up on a contract as soon as possible, with others looking on with a great deal of interest. That's good reading of the game from Derek Adams. He gets a free kick as well, but it was initially good anticipation from him of what was happening, and he was snapping in and around the Celtic players to win possession.
It was good play from Adams. Adams and Scott Leaks, that central midfield area, worked so hard for Motherwell.
Quinn's pass. Clarkson couldn't quite make it there. Covering across was Balde.
As soon as the ball was in behind, David Clarkson is quick. He reads the game well. Very determined when he runs forward. Balde having to clear the danger there. Big Terry saying there, squeeze the game, get further up the park. Motherwell need to score a goal, of course.
Young Paul Quinn with the throw. No joy for Adams. Thompson clears, deflected out. Celtic's throw.
The pace of the game dropped a little bit second half. The last 20 minutes of the first half, it was a high tempo to the match. Now it's certainly settled down a little bit. I'm sure as we get into the latter stages, it'll pick up again. Motherwell will start chasing it, take more chances going forward.
Leach, Pearson, Hamill. Scott Leach again, keeps it moving. Alec Burns. Derek Adams has a free kick, given against Neil Lennon's challenge. Quite right, referee, he's mouthing there. Good decision.
I don't think this is a free kick either. Two competitive players going for the ball. Derek Adams lets the ball run through his body, trying to collect it. Neil Lennon trying to win it. Just let the game go there.
I think you said you're having a great game, John, as well. Hamill's free kick, deflected, corner kick. An hour gone at Fir Park, and still John Hartson's early strike separates these two. (6-2) Motherwell in corners. Seven in or around the area for the home team. Hamill's delivery only succeeds in finding Sutton at the near post. Lasley flicks it on. Miller heads it out. Quinn's pass. And Lennon knocked it out of play, and it flicked off Alec Burns on the way past. Celtic's throw. And when things get tough in the Celtic midfield, you can rely on Neil Lennon to be doing his bit. It's Cragen. Pearson. Doesn't waste too many passes, Neil Lennon, but Jamie Smith has just wasted that opportunity.
Trying to use his pace there, Jamie Smith. He's got to keep the ball in the park first of all.
Poor use of the ball from Stephen Hamill.
That's the way Motherwell started the game, long balls from back to front. It simply wouldn't work. All the joy they've had, it's into feet and into channels.
Played that straight at Miller or Hamill. Held up by Sutton. Smith couldn't catch it. Corrigan made sure of that. Hibs 1, Dunfermline 2. Hibs have pulled the goal back, and no great surprise to hear that it's Derek Reardon who's scored again. Scored the last-minute winner, of course, against Motherwell last weekend. Scored again. 2-1 Dunfermline. Sutton's header, flicked away by Cragen. Lasley does well. David Clarkson looking for a free kick against Johan Mjällby. It was just that combination which gave Motherwell the first half penalty, which shouldn't have been but was.
I don't think that's a free kick either. Young Clarkson just going over the leg of Johan Mjällby, realises he can't keep the ball in play.
He's learning quick though, isn't he, about winning free kicks.
I was just going to say that. If you get away with it, take the chance.
I think he's been to the Sandy Clark School of Diving. Spurs 0, Manchester United 1 in the English Premiership. John O'Shea. Cragen back to Marshall. The game's gone a little bit quiet, hasn't it?
It has. You know, both teams, I think Celtic now, they're trying to make sure they don't lose a goal. They're trying to keep a hold of the ball, make passes, try and create enough opportunities to score the vital second one. And as I said earlier, I think the longer the game goes, the more chances Motherwell will take going forward.
And the news is that Rio Ferdinand is playing for Manchester United today, despite the 8-month ban handed out to him. Almost through was Hamill's pass to Pearson. Motherwell have a corner.
That's good play again from young David Clarkson. The more I see this young lad, the more I like him. He's grown in confidence. He's certainly learning the game as he goes along, and he's still only 18 years of age.
Blackburn slipped as he received the corner from Clarkson, from Adams, I should say. That came off the head of Petrov. Blackburn's trying to turn the ball across goal, only succeeded in putting it behind goal. If he'd let it go, he'd have corner.
Yep, he should have kept that one in play, not under any pressure. As you say, it's a corner kick, he lets it go, but I think he tried to take advantage, catch Celtic out, we're playing it across goal.
They missed Stephen Craig, I would have to say, Motherwell up front. He's been good for them this season when he's played.
Craig and Clarkson have been a very good combination. That spell you spoke about 5-6 weeks ago when Motherwell were winning almost every time they played, those two were a big part of that.
Chested down by Hartson. Lennon to Thompson. Chris Sutton, always available, but plays that one in too close to Gordon Marshall, the former Celtic keeper. He plays that far too close to Jamie Smith.
He's unlucky there, Jamie Smith. It's a poor throw from Gordon Marshall. And Smith trying to find Petrov. I thought at first he was maybe going to try and chip the goalkeeper.
And the Motherwell keeper was a lucky man. Gordon Marshall left Celtic in 1997 after over 100 appearances for the club. Almost handed his old team a goal there. Marshall taking a touch as the ball bubbled towards him. Good strength from Petrov to keep possession. Lennon threads the pass through to Thompson. Gets the break of the ball off Paul Quinn. Racing away from Lasley. It's Thompson. And it's just beyond Sutton's head.
It's great play though from Alan Thompson down that left-hand side. Sutton scores so many goals. Larson Hartson from Thompson's deliveries. He does well to get to the dead ball line. Sutton just a fraction away.
Given away by Scott Leach. Played straight to Hartson. Sutton to Smith. Miller probing. Varga, Baldi, Mjällby, the Celtic back three. Miller Celtic in a pack there with Adams and Clarkson and Burns all chasing the same ball. Offside against Hartson.
Very close, that one. We'll see just when the ball's played in. I'm not too sure if he's offside when the ball's played at all. If he is, it's just a fraction.
Is a fraction not enough?
It's enough. But was it a fraction?
Lennon's header, flicked on by Sutton. That's good defending from Martin Corrigan. Strong enough to counter Sutton, that takes some doing.
Well done. That's better.
Neil Lennon having his say, as he tends to do. And he gave it to David Clarkson at pretty close quarters there.
Very competitive, Neil Lennon.
Hartson's flick on from Sutton, in goes Petrov. Free kick just outside the area. A yellow card for Martin Corrigan. No, in fact, Stephen Craigan it is, who got booked. It was a great burst from midfield from Petrov.
It's a good player from Celtic. Petrov, he does it so well. Break it from the midfield area, and that certainly was a free kick. Stephen Craigan hands up right away, no complaints, except for the yellow card.
Celtic will look upon this as a chance to make the point safe. It's well within range for Alan Thompson. Thompson's effort, Thompson's goal. 20 minutes from time, 2-0 Celtic, and they will hope that's enough to ensure they have an 8-point lead going into Christmas. Wonderful finish from Thompson. The manager's happy.
It's a tremendous free kick from Alan Thompson. Not the first time we've seen this type of thing from him. There's 6 men in that wall, but it's just over the top of him, down in time. And it's in the back of the net behind Gordon Marshall. The wall doesn't jump. It's not the biggest wall in the world, but there's no movement from him getting up the way. The goalkeeper doesn't see it to the last minute. He's trying to cover his right-hand post. But you see it's up the way. It looks as if it's going over. Dips in time. The goalkeeper just can't get there.
Wonderful technique from Thompson. His 7th goal of the season. And will that make it safe for Celtic? It's going to require a massive effort now from Motherwell to get anything from this game.
It's going to be difficult now from Motherwell's point of view.
The short corner to Lasley. That's great work again from Petrov. Industrious all over the pitch. It was his run, of course, Petrov, which won the free kick, from which Thompson scored. And despite his lack of goals this season, he does so much more.
He's a very talented player, Stelian Petrov, still classed really as a youngster. The Celtic line-up got loads of experience for his club and his country.
Smith stopped. Hamill, Adams and Quinn. That's for Clarkson. Balde won it. And that's not really the sort of ball that David Clarkson wants against Balde. Better into the feet of Adams. Lasley's cross, and Clarkson got his head to it. Rob Douglas had to come off his line to close down the Motherwell striker. Well, Alan Thompson was unlucky recently not to win an England cap. Injury thwarted him, but you would imagine it's only a matter of time before Alan Thompson does get an international call-up. He's on top form. Terrific free kick that's for Celtic. He does the lot for the team, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He makes goals, he scores goals. Strikes the ball so well, especially with his left foot. That was a perfect example of it.
Hamill trying to thread the ball through, needed more. needed more pace to get beyond the Celtic defence. So this was goal number 7 of the season for Thompson. Wait for the ball, squeezed over the top of the wall, curling, dipping, and Gordon Marshall couldn't get there. Christmas cheer for the Celtic manager. And Kevin Toner doing a pretty good man-marking job there too, the 4th official. Hartson's header, Thompson again, good efforts, well struck, good goalkeeping.
Good example again from Alan Thompson. Acres of space down the left-hand side, good first touch, waits to make the proper connection on the ball. But Gordon Marshall keeping his eye on that one. Couldn't see the last one, the goalkeeper in the last minute. Could see that one all the way and made the save.
Manchester United now 2-0 up at Tottenham, and Ruud van Nistelrooy has got their second. John O'Shea got the first. It's 2-1 Dunfermline at Easter Road, 2 for Brewster, 1 for Reardon. 2-0 Celtic, with Alan Thompson having added to John Hartson's first half goal. The big surprise is Chris Sutton hasn't scored. He's been in such terrific scoring form for the team, with 12 in his last 9. Motherwell are going to make a change as they go in search of a goal to give them some hope. Hamill's cross, Mjalby's header, Derek Adams, good strike.
It's a chance again for Motherwell. Rob Douglas does well again here. Adams, quite a bit of time and space edge of the box, allows the ball to come down, controls it well. Big grab, just to make sure. I don't think it's going in, but the goalkeeper take no chances.
Adams with the corner. John Hartson flicks it up, still in the area. Shooting chance for Pearson. Mjalby was right on top of him as he pulled the trigger. What's the Motherwell change going to be, Chick?
The captain's going off. Scott Leach is going to be replaced by Jason Dare as Terry Butcher tries to salvage something. So Scott Leach being replaced by Jason Dare.
Jason Dare, the former Dunfermline player, getting himself ready. Scott Leach there, I think, looking a tad surprised as the call came his way.
I'm a bit surprised at that one. There's certainly no sign of an injury of any kind. Scott Leach is so important to the Motherwell team, leads by example as captain. Jason Dare is another good footballer, mind you. I'm pretty certain Jason Dare just sitting exactly in the same position that Scott Leach was playing, central midfield.
Chick, was that a fair assumption that Scott Leach looked less than chuffed?
I think that's pretty. I was going to have a wee word on there, but I don't think I'll bother. He's got a very unhappy face about the replacement. He did look surprised, I must say. I agree with Sandy, it was a shock for me, but the biggest shock of all was Scott Leach, and he just walked right to the dugout. And I think it's what you call a bad huff. He's in.
If you're going to speak to him, choose your moments.
It's a serious injury, a huff, for a football player, you know.
Dislocated huff. Alan Thompson on the ball, scored Celtic second. And will that be enough to ensure Celtic go 8 clear again at the top?
Nah, he's not a happy chappy, is he? You know, I can't understand really why Terry Butcher has taken him off. Terry's choice, he's the manager, his decisions. But Scott Leach has played well today.
Jamie Smith. It's a fair old tangle down there.
Healthy competition, that's called. No nastiness at all. This player's trying to win the ball.
Varga for Hartson. Petrov, quick feet, keeping possession. Thompson to Smith. "78 minutes on the clock now. Motherwell 0, Celtic 2. And Motherwell looking as if they're going to go 6 games without a win. Celtic looking as if they're going to make it 16 straight league wins.
If Celtic do go on to win this match, Alan Thompson's goal is obviously going to be very important to them. But you can't forget the save from Rob Douglas. How important is that going to be come the end of this match? Magnificent save.
Well, timing is everything, and on the day that reports emerged that Rob Douglas had told his agent to look for a new club, the Celtic goalkeeper producing one of the best saves he's ever made, I guess, heading the wrong way at Derek Adams' penalty, stretched up his left hand, and it was a strong left hand as well. It had to be to keep it out. And Sandy says, who knows what would have happened had Adams scored. It was 1-1 then if it had gone in. Motherwell might well have gone on to win the game. They're capable, they've showed it before. Douglas saved it, Thompson made it 2, and Celtic now heading towards victory.
Motherwell second half really haven't get going at all. The best spell of the game was maybe 15-20 minutes before half time. The second half, the only real chance they've had was the shot from Derek Adams, which again, Big Grab managed to touch over the bar. Celtic have passed the ball well, second half.
Corrigan, Adams loses out to Smith. John Hartson, Chris Sutton. It all fizzled out for Liam Miller.
Still trying to be too clever inside the Motherwell penalty box, Celtic. Seem a little bit reluctant today to have a shot.
Yeah, over elaborate when what was required was really a quick hit. Deer. Adams fouled, tackle from the back by Liam Miller, and it's going to be yellow for Miller.
It's another yellow card, but I don't think it's been a particularly dirty game. Very competitive, as you would expect. But Liam Miller, it's a tackle from behind here, catches Derek Adams late. Lost the ball just a few seconds ago. Frustration as much as anything else.
Into the last 10 minutes at Fir Park with Martin Corrigan and Stephen Hamill. They need a little spark in the final third, the home team. They need a goal quickly. Free kick is given against Adams. Well, he hasn't been playing too well of late, Stephen Pearson, by his standards, because he was simply sensational at times earlier in the season, but it seems, Sandy, that the transfer talk has got to him, and for a 21-year-old it would, wouldn't it?
He's still a relatively young man, and it gets to you any age, whether you're 21, 31, if there's going to be a change in your career. There's a lot of speculation, especially when it's in the public eye, and it's got to have some type of effect. And you see that in the way that really hasn't played today. And
maybe he doesn't want to do anything that contributes to Celtic losing, as they might be his employers in the near future.
I think actually that would work the opposite way. I think it would, if he is going to beat Celtic, and I say if he's going to get there, I think he'd want to try and impress his maybe future teammates more than anything else.
It's just a joke.
Okay.
Jason Deere, the Motherwell sub. On through Lasley to Hamill. Vargas header.
Again, it's a high ball forward from Motherwell. Can't play that type of pass, keep saying that.
Celtic free kick. And the signs of frustration beginning to show in Motherwell's play as this match comes to a close. They're beginning to realise, these Motherwell players, that the victory here is going to be Celtic's unless they do something dramatic. "83 minutes on the clock. Even the Santas are leaving. Maybe they've got some work to do in the next few days." Nothing like a sad Santa to bring a tear to your eye. Free kick against Hartson. The January transfer window is going to be on us in a matter of days, but it seems as if Martin O'Neill will not be too heavily involved. If he does manage to sign Stephen Pearson, that could be just about it for the Celtic manager. The message has been delivered fairly strongly to him that Celtic are all about stabilising financially at the moment, and what money they have will be used on extending the deals to some of the first team regulars at the moment, keeping players rather than bringing in new ones.
You can understand that as well, the financial state that Scottish football's in. Why spend money unnecessarily? Celtic are still a strong squad. They are top of the league.
Vargas pass to Smith. Stephen Hamill let it go.
Celtic look content now just to sit back, keep the ball, defend well, don't allow Motherwell a glimmer of hope, don't give them a goal.
That could work out for John Hartson. Needed to lift it a little bit higher to beat Gordon Marshall.
You can see what he was trying to do there. I would actually put money on John Hartson sticking that in the back of the net over the top of the goalkeeper. Looked a little bit of a tired one eventually, his final touch.
There doesn't look to be a lot of belief among the Motherwell players at the moment.
No, Celtic are defending well. Got lots of bodies behind the ball. And that man there, Neil Lennon, as soon as there's any danger, he'll do his best to stop it in front of the back three.
Melby turned the ball out of play. Burns flick. Paul Quinn on the overlap. But he can't get a good ball into the area. And Melby looking to start a Celtic attack. Miller to Petrov.
Motherwell lots of possession round about the 30 yards from Celtic goal, that type of area, but really just can't get anywhere.
You have to hand it to Celtic though, it has been an unbelievable level of consistency, level of performance that they've produced in the league this season. When you think they drew on the opening day at Dunfermline, and since then, well, if this one goes according to plan now, 16 straight wins. The reason they're 8 points clear on the top is down to that.
It's tremendous for them on the domestic scene. I watched Celtic play last week, didn't play too well against Dundee at home, lost a couple of goals but still managed to get all 3 points. Very dogged, determined team.
And they've toughed it out at times here against Motherwell, who had that spell in the first half where they looked as if they could well get themselves back into the game and might even have chances of winning it. But Celtic held out, helped by that magnificent save by Rob Douglas. And they've gone from strength to strength, and they're now at a stage where they're just looking to close this out. And they will happily accept the 3 points, which will leave Rangers 8 behind. With, of course, the Old Firm match coming up on the 3rd of January. Man of the match, Sandy? Wouldn't be him, would it?
It's got to be that man there. Hasn't had an awful lot to do, but that penalty kick save at 1-0 up from Adams was tremendous, to say the least. And how And what type of value do you put on that? If Motherwell get the equaliser, then they could certainly went on to take at least 1 point, maybe 3 from this match. The save is that vital. He's my Bank of Scotland man of the match.
In the 89th minute, Alan Thompson. Chris Sutton's offside. And even in the 89th minute, that offside flag has Sutton raging.
He's offside.
Just a smidge. Was that a fraction or a smidgen?
That's a big fraction.
Derek Adams still trying from Motherwell. Yeah, he's been good, hasn't he?
He's played well today. When you look at the penalty save, he doesn't do much wrong. It's a great hit. And this is another shot that's not far away. When you consider he hits the post in the first half, it's a free kick just past the post. That one, they're not troubling Brad Douglas. But he's, for a midfield player, he's had plenty of efforts on goal. He's had a good day.
Developing as a player. He's somebody who, with the passing years, Derek Adams, and well, he's still only 28,
yep.
But he's really come on as a player, and he seems to have found his position. He used to play up front.
He signed for Motherwell as a striker from Ross County, but certainly developed into a hard-working midfield player. Good skill, but also very competitive.
Just 30 seconds left of the 90 minutes. Keith Lasley on the ball for Motherwell. Now Stephen Hamill. Two minutes will be added. But the outcome has been fairly clear here for some considerable time at Fir Park. In from Paul Quinn, away from Bobo Baldi.
When you think back to how well Celtic started the game, they could have been 2-3 goals up in the first 15 minutes or so. Got the 1 goal. They couldn't add to it until Thompson's late strike second half.
Yeah, the difference for Motherwell was when they had a good chunk of the game, they couldn't score.
It's all about putting the ball in the back of the net. Jason Dare there, a little tete-a-tete with Stelian Petrov.
The Celtic fans might be drinking something stronger tonight to celebrate a 16th straight win. It was plucked out of the air by the right boot of Martin Corrigan as John Hartson waited. Adams to Pearson. He's been very successfully snuffed out. The threat of Pearson by Celtic here. Keith Lasley. Alec Burns, no way past Stan Varga. Chipped in by Hamill, intended for Burns. But Motherwell know this is long gone.
Good defending again from Celtic. Whenever the back three, they can't get there. Neil Lennon, you see them there, tucking in behind. This is double cover. That ball looked out to me there.
Yet again, that was out, but it was ruled in. On through Petrov to Thompson. In the 2nd minute of stoppage time, Chris Sutton. And Petrov is flagged offside. Well, he spotted the offside, but he didn't spot the ball was over the line a couple of moments ago. John Hartson had given it up as well.
Well, it is Christmas time, as you keep reminding us.
It's a happy Christmas for Celtic. They are again 8 points ahead at the top of the Bank of Scotland Premier League. John Hartson didn't leave us waiting too long for the opening goal. And Alan Thompson rounded off the victory for Celtic with an expertly taken free kick in the 2nd half. And hats off to Rob Douglas, who's had his big disappointments with Celtic this season. He made a stunning save from Derek Adams, first half penalty. Stretched up his left hand, beat away a viciously struck shot. That would have made it 1-1 had it gone in. It stayed at 1-0. Celtic managed to ride the storm as Motherwell pressed towards the end of the first half. And on 70 minutes, Alan Thompson stroked home a free kick with his left boot to send these Celtic supporters home happy. And they will be able to celebrate tonight in the knowledge that their team has again put 8 points between themselves and Rangers.